point system. Gil-Rey won. We signed it, but you don't hurt it. Sophia, the scoreboard. And then there's stuff like yeah, out of town or band concerts, choir, they count more than this one.
The last three
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our regular board meeting of the Fort Stockton Independent School District. It's good to see everyone here. So today is Monday, October 18, 2021, 7 p.m. At this time, I'll ask Mr. Dominguez to do the roll call.
Anastacio Dominguez present, Betty Espino
Present.
Lou Garcia here, Betty Martinez here, Andy Rivera here, Sandra Rivera
Here.
Ursula Sanchez
Here.
Everyone is present and accounted for. At this time, I'll ask, this meeting has been duly called and notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meeting Act, Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. At this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Garcia to lead us in our pledges of allegiance, followed by the invocation by Dr. Zamora.
pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Merciful Father, thank you for allowing us to gather here this evening. We thank you for the large crowd that has come to witness their children, and the staff members get honored this evening and also to partake in this meeting. We ask that you continue to guide us in the proper direction and grant us the wisdom to push this district forward. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Next item on the agenda is the open forum, and we did not have anyone sign up for it. Next item is staff reports, and we'll go to the superintendent's staff report. Report.
Sir, first of all, my apologies. This in large part is my fault. I was activated for a 5-day period in support of the tropical storm that was coming into East Texas and also parts of Louisiana, so we postponed and then consolidated last month's meeting into this one. And for that reason, when our principals get to their section, they will announce the students of the month, both for last month and for this month. And then for the first time this year, announce who their teacher of the quarter for their respective campus will be. Looking forward to that, and also continuing to implement some other things that I think would be very, that will be very positive, including a campus leadership team of the year when we get to that point. So without further ado, unless there are any questions of me, we'll start getting over to that section and get some of these kiddos recognized.
We're ready.
It's Miss Maria, business manager.
Oh, you want to go to business manager first? I thought you were going to do
Anything now?
anything. Okay. Anything for the assistant superintendent, athletic director?
Yes, sir. I have a couple things, just updates, and athletics off and running for the fall through the first 9 weeks. We got some of our postseason qualifiers. Tennis team qualified for by-district playoffs. Our cross-country team on the girls' side, Allie Jackson and Leslie Escobar, both qualified as individuals for the regional meet, and then the entire boys team qualified for the regional meet. So that'll be taking place on the 25th, I believe, of October. Football is opening district this week. Volleyball is right in the middle of, wrapping up their season, doing well. I got a big win a couple weeks ago. So, and then swimming's also starting. Swimming's they got to meet on the 23rd at Monahan. So The other thing I want to talk about is we've got a little incentive program for our district leadership administrators. It's called Be the Standard. It's, just putting yourself out there, being there for our kids, being at competitions, and you earn points by the things you go to. And a lot of people did a great job in showing up and turning in their stuff and being at a lot of our events. But the first 9 weeks winner is going to go to Mr. Madrid with 40 points. Well done, Mr. Madrid. We'll give him a certificate, and he'll get a dinner here in town somewhere and a choice of some Panther gear for himself. So, well done.
Free tickets for the next game.
Free tickets, that's right. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And things are looking good, Coach.
Everybody's getting after it. So.
Yes, sir. Okay, good. What about next item's principals then?
Yes, sir. I guess we can begin with our high school.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Alvarado?
Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Zamora, Mr. Espino, for this opportunity. I would like to begin, first of all, with our student of the month for the month of September. These are kind of hard to pick. I wish I could pick them all. For the month of September, we have an individual that was nominated by her teachers. And so student of the month for the month of September at Fort Stockton High School, Leilani Lopez. Leilani, coming up, and I'm going to say a few words. Now, these are some of the statements and the things that were collected from her teachers. Leilani is a great all-around individual. She's always a great student and always on time with her work. She's well-mannered and is never disrespectful. Leilani motivates her classmates and others along the way, showing great leadership. She participates in all types of community service. One example is working the concessions to help for prom and also helping the Lions Club at our football games. She participates in our blood drives and she helps with anything, no questions asked. She's always willing to learn new things and is able to explore things that are outside of her comfort zone. Leilani is being recognized for her leadership, motivation, and community service. Congratulations, Leilani. There's a smile, Nathan. You get her
I know. Time failure, man. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Comfort zone, we like comfort zone.
All right. Now, for the month of October, again, another outstanding student, Desiree Williams. Desiree is joining us tonight. Desiree, will you come on up? An outstanding student. Desiree is very quiet. I don't know if she's quiet at home, but she's quiet at school. I get a glance when walking down the hall. But her actions speak loudly. Very responsible and motivated. Goes way beyond the normal expectations in her academic classes. Desiree is also very involved in her church and helps by teaching young students. So she's a teacher as well. Desiree is being recognized for her impeccable academics, her leadership, her motivation, and her service. Congratulations, Desiree. Who's next? Did you want me to announce my teacher that was nominated for Teacher of the Quarter?
Yes, sir, and just to clarify, the intent of the Teacher of the Quarter Award is that it be presented at the campus where the most students and staff can witness it, but that it be documented in our minutes so that they have the evidence that they were Teacher of the Quarter.
You guys can just keep the secret until Wednesday when the teacher that was nominated at Fort Stockton High School is Miss Shella Rittenberry. Miss Rittenberry teaches U.S. history at Fort Stockton High School. I've had the pleasure of visiting her classroom many, many times already this year, and I can tell you she is with it. Each time that I enter her classroom, I see her engaging with the students. I see her moving about the classroom. I rarely see her sitting at her desk. She's very knowledgeable in her content area, U.S. history. She's very passionate. And I can see that she puts in a tremendous amount of time when she's preparing her lessons for those kids. And she also had some pretty amazing star EOC results for U.S. history, even given the circumstances last year. So we're going to recognize Ms. Rittenberry at our regular high school teacher meeting this Wednesday. So congratulations to Ms. Rittenberry.
Is she here?
She's not with us today, no. Was that it, Dr. Samara?
Thank you, sir. Miss Chavez.
Congratulations to the high school people, girls. Yes. Good job.
Good evening, everyone. I am Linda Chavez. I'm the principal at Fort Stockton Middle School, and here to present the award with me this evening is our campus curriculum director, Naomi Navarrete. Ms. Navarrete, I'll introduce her first since she is here to present with me. She holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in Spanish from UTPB. She is in her 11th year of working in education, all with FSISD. She is currently working on her master's in educational leadership. She has served on numerous STAR committees with TEA, Pearson, and ETS. Ms. Navarrete has become a valuable asset to the middle school campus leadership team in a short period of time. So this is Ms. Navarrete, and she's here to present the awards with me tonight. Okay. To begin with, I will start with our September Student of the Month, Abby Bennett. Abby, if you'll make your way up here. Abby is in the 7th grade. She won this award because she demonstrates adaptability, compassion, and acceptance towards herself and others. She participates in group activities in a positive and inclusive way. She is a model student who continues to grow daily. This is especially true in regards to her character and her citizenship traits. So congratulations to Abby, our September Student of the Month. I want to make sure. Our next student is our October Student of the Month, Samuel Sparks. Samuel, you'll make your way up to the front. Samuel is in the 6th grade. He is an all-around outstanding student. He's enrolled in honors classes for all core area subjects. He displays a strong work ethic, respect, and kindness towards others. He is a leader in the classroom as well as a leader among his peers. Samuel Sparks is our October Student of the Month. So. And last but not least, we have Andrew Fellows, Mr. Andrew Fellows, Coach Andrew Fellows. He is our teacher of the quarter for middle school. Andrew Fellows, he has a Bachelor of Arts degree in Social Sciences from the University of Minnesota. Along with that, he has a Master's in Sports Administration from Southeastern Oklahoma State.
He was chosen he is in his 6th year of teaching, by the way. He was chosen as teacher of the first quarter due to his motivational qualities. Coach Fellows motivates and encourages students to advance past their expectations, academically, physically, and socially. He has a great work ethic, and he is a leader among his peers. So congratulations, Coach Fellows, as our
Congratulations to middle school folks.
Intermediate.
Good evening, everyone. Thank y'all, board members, for allowing us to be here today. I'd like to begin by introducing our campus curriculum director, Ms. Rebecca Huffman. She has been at intermediate for 4 years. I've worked with her for 3 years. She has stepped out of her role as a teacher to be a teacher to teachers now. She is doing a tremendous job. She works well with all the staff. She has a target point. She has an agenda, a goal for each week, which also drives our teachers to do those same things in their classroom to prepare for our students. So it's modeling the expectations that we have across the campus. She collaborates well with the leadership team and, make sure that we've got everything covered. There are days that we're pinch hitters where we as covered classrooms for subs. She was willing to get in there and do the same. So she's a utility player, and I really appreciate everything that she's bringing to the campus. Our first student of the month is our September student of the month. And if I could please have Trayden Marcus come up here and join us. Trayden is a 4th grade student intermediate who is very attentive to his classwork. He is eager to learn and absorbs information quickly. Trayden is well behaved and shows his excellence in making A's in all his classes. These are contributions from his teachers that we highly agree with. So Trayden Marcus is our fourth figure at September. Our October student of the month, if he'll come up here and join us, it's Angel Marcus. Angel is a 5th grader this school year at intermediate. He is a very respectful young man. His dedication to task and work completion is on point. Angel is ready to lend a helping hand to his peers and the staff. He is definitely a natural born leader, and we appreciate everything that he does to be a good student. And now for our intermediate teacher of the month. He is not with us this afternoon, but we will be more than glad to present this in front of all of our staff as he is a role model. The teacher of the quarter for his intermediate is Luis Payan. This is his 2nd year as a teacher here in the school district. He is a 4th grade math teacher. Mr. Payan shows great leadership on our campus. If he's given a task, he's usually one of the first ones to complete the task. If there's something that needs to be assisted with, he's willing to help us. He's taken on UIL last year as a 1st-year teacher, which you don't see that very often. He took it on this year, and this year he's stepping out of what he coached last year because we needed a coach for music memory, and he's taking that task on. I mean, he's like, just tell me what I need to do and I'll get him there. So he goes above and beyond. I mean, he also goes out as a way for his students. Like, he knows his students, he knows their individual needs, he knows any kind of special information that he needs to know about them. He's also taken on a role of being a male role model for our students, any of them that need him. He does, he takes it upon himself to use his lunchtime to give the students some extra instruction. So he's really a leader with our students, and he also helps other teachers who need help translating to speak to parents, like if they need to go in and have a conference and it needs to be translated, he's taken that under his wing, which helps me out tremendously, because there's about 4 or 5 of us that do that on my campus, but he's taken that as well just on his own, says, can I help him? I'm like, sure. He'll translate letters, notes that need to go home. So Mr. Bayan is really, really another utility player on our campus, so he is our teacher of the quarter at intermediate. Luis Bayan.
Congratulations to the intermediate folks.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you all.
Dr. Samal, before we go on, could we have the high school principal introduce his campus curriculum director? Because it was left off earlier.
Mr. Alvarado?
I was supposed to introduce Tatiana to help me present the awards to our students, but I don't know, I was nervous, I guess. Tatiana, Miss Tatiana Vidal, a graduate of Fort Stockton High School 2010, by the way. Bachelor of Science degree in Chemistry, Master of Science degree in Criminal Justice. Is that why she was assigned to me? Because she has a master's degree in Criminal Justice?
It's a secret.
She's been in education for 8 years. Miss Vidal is just one of those individuals at the high school that she's one of the few that really makes that campus function. There's a few key people at every campus that if you pull the principal out of the picture, things can still run. She's one of them that makes it run. She's probably saved me many times with things like, I don't know, prom. Prom is really fun, by the way, at high school. Graduation, commencement exercises, lots of planning and preparation. So when you talk about just going above and beyond and doing those duties that not very many people want to do, she's one of the folks that's going to do that. And she does it, and she doesn't complain, and she does it very well. Now, in addition to the work ethic, is just her ability to learn from others, and of course teach. And she's still teaching a couple of classes in forensic science right now. She is also learning lots of new things as far as leadership goes in the area of curriculum and the area of instruction. And I know that she aspires to do great things in our district as far as leadership goes. So, ladies and gentlemen, the campus curriculum director for Fort Stockton High School is Miss Tatiana Vidal.
I think she just earned a steak dinner. Who's next up?
Let's go to
Good evening, thank you guys for having us here. I'd like to start off by introducing our campus curriculum director. I just want to let you know, she has quickly become a huge asset to Alamo. This is her 20th 2-0 year in education. Congratulations, so excited to have you. She went to school and graduated in education from the College of Wyoming. University of Wyoming. I just want to express my gratitude in front of everybody what this lady has done for our campus, and not only that, for our students on our campus. She, since the beginning of the school year, she said, what needs to be done? I said, hey, I need some help with the master schedule. She's like, let's do it. Where do you need me? And then we realized that we were a few teachers short. She was like, not a problem. Let them know, let Mr. Klein know that I will take on 2 jobs at once. So thank you so much for taking on 2 jobs at once. Up until today, she has been teaching 3rd grade language arts, as well as her responsibilities and duties as our curriculum director, servicing not only the students of 3rd grade, but also servicing all of our staff and teachers on our campus, and she's been doing it extremely well, so thank you so much. So without further ado, for September Student of the Month, we have a 3rd grader, Mr. Logan Hardy. Is he present tonight? Mr. Logan Hardy, he is a 3rd grader here at Alamo Elementary. Logan was nominated because he's a great helper. He is a true example of what our school champs, for those of you who don't know what champs is, the students are to walk in a straight line, they are to raise their hand, be at a zero whenever needed. And Logan is a complete representative of what a true champ should look like on our campus. He's extremely hardworking, and our teachers and all of our staff members can't agree more that Logan Hardy was our Student of the Month for September. So congratulations, Logan. All right, for October, we have a Devany Salgado. Come on. So this sweet little girl, she tries her best every single day at everything that she does. She is a second grader at Alamo. She's an incredible ray of sunshine. She loves to help people out. You can actually feel her positive energy whenever you're next to her, and she loves to exude that to all of her peers and also all of her teachers. She's an incredible student and is a marvelous example of what our Alamo students should be like. So thank you so much. Okay. And as for our teacher of the quarter, we have another teacher that also took on not double duty but triple duty up until this week. This student was this teacher was chosen for Alamo Elementary because of her dedication, her focus solely on the needs of the students, and I'm talking all students. She services our SPED students as well as our third grade math students. Every student that has come in contact with this teacher throughout the day is treated with compassion and respect. She engages all students to excel, to do their very best. She's the ultimate team player. She works very hard, and she also services all of our teams on our campus, and she tries to help out as much as possible. The list includes special ed, math, UIL, and the GT program. She's extremely knowledgeable in all content areas, especially in special ed. She works hard to assist each and every team every single day. She's an excellent communicator, an excellent problem solver, and she's proven to be invaluable to Alamo Elementary. When a new staff member comes aboard, this is her second year at Alamo Elementary, she goes out of her way to make sure that the staff members and the students feel extremely comfortable. Because of her efforts and transitioning into the two teams into one, she has proven to be a valuable team player to Alamo Elementary. So I'd like to recognize Bridget Kelly for our Teacher of the Quarter. Thank you.
Congratulations to your staff, Alamo staff.
Thank you.
Good evening. Okay. So I have the honor and privilege of recognizing Ms. Sophia Bernal. She has a different title on my campus. She is our Dean of Students. Ms. Bernal is not only our curriculum director for our campus, but she also wears many hats. She is kind of like slash assistant principal, slash counselor, slash she has many jobs, but I was very blessed. I think I won the lottery when she got to come to Apache. She has been invaluable. She has 21 years of service in our district. She is also a graduate of Fort Stockton Independent School District, 1995. She has a master's degree in educational leadership.
She is dedicated to our students. She knows all of our students. She has worked with first grade, second, and third grade students, so she helps us in every area. And so when I get the privilege of introducing parents and staff and everybody, she has worked hard. She has worked her whole life at Alamo, so she came in and helped me join 2 campuses together, and it has been a pleasure. She is my left and my right hand, and I can't do it without her. So this is for now. Thank you. And so she's going to help me introduce our students, and we're going to start off with our student of the month for September. And if Oliver Lopez will join us up here. Oliver is a kindergarten student at Apache Elementary. His teacher had to say that Oliver is a model student. He listens tentatively and participates eagerly in all his classroom activities. He is friendly to his classmates and helps others when needed. Oliver is an all-around great student, and we're so grateful to see him every day at Apache. So congratulations, Oliver. And we have our student for October, Sophia Saviano. You'll join us up here. I have had the privilege of knowing Sophia for 2 years now. She's such a great student. But she's a first grade student, and her teacher had to say that Sophia is an outstanding student. She works hard every day. She is respectful to her peers, towards her peers and her teachers. She does a wonderful job, and she's always smiling when she does it. So we're very proud of Sophia. Congratulations.
Congratulations to you all. Very
My teacher of the quarter, we at Apache, we nominated or we recognized Alejandro Gonzalez. He has been 3 years with the district. He is a first grade teacher, so he teaches all the subjects. Even though he has only been in the district for 3 years, he is innovative, he's punctual, he's assertive. He works hard, coming in with 2 different campuses. He took the role and flew with it as a leader for his grade level. He also takes the initiative. He sees a problem and he works on it. So he works with his students. He's always contacting his parents. He's always informing them, trying to find ways to help his students be more successful. And so our teacher of the quarter, which we'll recognize on Wednesday with everybody, and he doesn't know, so he's going to be very surprised, okay, is Alejandro Gonzalez.
Congratulations to you all, and to the parents and the students for all you do, and the parents support. Thank you.
Sir, if you'd like to make the announcement that they like. Okay. This portion is always among the funnest of the meeting when we get to see the kiddos be recognized, and this time even some of the adults. But when this portion concludes, we do allow some time for you to depart if you would like, or maybe miss out some of the boring parts. So we've reached that. You're all welcome to find your way out, or you can stay for the remainder of the meeting.
Thank you all.
Good job, AJ. Marcus. I'll come back and get that.
No, just Roxanne. Thank you.
Mr. Martinez, the water company.
Right here, Freddie.
They delivered it at the 2 times.
They're not gathering all of
I think Andy what, oh, you did Andy what? They got you ready to go on? Next, sir. All right, next item is on the consent agenda. The board has been furnished with background material on each item and/or it has been discussed in previous meetings. All items will be acted upon by one vote per category. Items may be withdrawn for individual consideration. The remaining items should be adopted by one vote per category. Items withdrawn for separate discussion will be acted upon individually. We have 37 to 39A minutes, approval of minutes of the special and regular board meetings of August 30th, 2021. And 41 to 58B, August and September check register. Any questions, concerns there?
I move to approve the consent agenda A and B as presented.
We have a motion by Flo to approve the consent agenda as presented. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Fred. You all those in favor, raise your right hand. 7-0, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is A, under discussion and information, the Memorial Plaque Commission, Allen Cafeteria Manager, Mrs. Martha P. Bays.
Sir, this portion of the information section deals with an employee, a beloved employee of the district who served for 33 years and who went home to our Lord this year, and just wanted to provide information that we have commissioned a plaque that will be placed at the Alamo campus for Mrs. Martha Ponce Reyes. And her 33 years of dedicated service to the district will be honored there with a small ceremony to be conducted by Mrs. Cordova upon receiving that. So we will push that information out, but again, thank you for her many years of service as one of our cafeteria managers.
Okay. So, no. Okay. Okay. Going on to B, review delinquent tax collection activity report from Linebarger.
Sir, this portion is supposed to take place via Zoom. I do
Okay.
believe that the gentleman is already waiting. Is he able to unmute, Mr. Madrid?
I see Dan.
Good evening, everybody. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
I hope everyone's doing well. It's good to see everyone. I'm sorry I missed you guys at Tacit Tasby, but I hope everyone is doing well. Again, my name is Daniel Vidres. I'm a partner with Linebarger, and I'll be brief and giving you just some highlights of our collection activities from the time period of September 1st of last year to August 31st of this year. I'll briefly go over the three major components of our collection efforts, those being mass mailings, litigation, and our tax sales. In November of 2020, we mailed out a total of, by that time, we had mailed out a total of 2,672 oversight notice letters. In March of this year, we sent out our final warning letter. Those were a little over 2,100 letters that were sent. In August of this year, we notified those delinquent taxpayers of the attachment of the tax liens. There were 3,842 notices sent at that point. Between September of last year and August of this year, we sent out 159 notices of intent to sue, which brought those cases into litigation, or at least threatened litigation at that point. The dollar amount for those notice of intent to sue was $423,000.52. After those letters are sent, a lot of times the delinquent taxpayers will either make payment arrangements or pay off the amount in total. Those that aren't paid off go into litigation. Between September of last year and August of this year, we filed 47 tax collection lawsuits for a total of $103,913. After those had gone through the litigation process, either some were paid or again went into payment agreement. And those that didn't were taken to court. Judgments were taken. And again, between this same time period that we're speaking of, a total of 38 judgments were taken in district court during that period. Those judgments total an amount of $98,727. After filing suit, like I said, some of the property owners will pay off the taxes without us having to take it to litigation or take it to a complete judgment. During this same time period, 42 of those cases were dismissed as a result of full payment. Those that were dismissed, the dollar amount in reference to those was close to $60,000. After judgment is taken, that allows us to proceed furthermore with one of the last collection efforts we can do, and that is to take it to execute the judgment and take it to tax sale. In April of this year, we had 7 properties that went to tax sale. One of those sold at public auction, at sheriff's auction. 3 were paid off in total, and the remaining 3 were pulled from the tax sale for various reasons. And normally it would have been pulled due to them coming in with a substantial payment towards that delinquency that was approved through our county judge and through our tax assessor collector. In April, for those tax sales, we collected a little over $38,000 in delinquent taxes. In August of this year, we had 9 properties go to tax sale. 1 was sold at the auction. 5 were paid off. I believe 2 or 3 of those were paid off the morning of the tax sale, and 3 were pulled from the tax sale again because either they came in with a substantial amount of money towards the delinquency, and it was approved through our county judge. At that tax sale in August, we collected a little over $61,000. In total, from September 2020 to August of 2021, through these 3 different components, we collected close to $290,000 in delinquent taxes. That amount also doesn't consider or take into account some properties that were paid off, 2 large properties from a local businessman. That amount was $311,000 in delinquent taxes. So we've done pretty well considering some of the limitations that, of course, we've all been facing in our different aspects of our lives. Right now, we're on pace to exceed what we did last year, and we hope to continue that, and we'll continue to do our best to move forward and do as much collection work for the school district as we possibly can. If there's any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer it.
We thank you for all the work that you and your company do for it, Dan. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir, Mr. Espino. Again, it's good to see you guys. I'll leave you to your meeting, and everyone stay safe and healthy, and God bless you guys.
Thank you again. Thank you. Next item, B, review bilingual ESL education annual performance report. Doctor?
Sir, both C and D are plans and performance reports that are in the binder, and once complete with this, will also be placed online. I have Ms. Olgas here prepared to answer any questions in case there are any issues with the bilingual and ESL education annual performance report and or the migrant education program.
Anyone have any questions?
And again, this is informational, so no action.
I think Ms. Ugasa does an excellent job. Thank you for everything. Next item is review migrant education program plan.
The same thing, inside of the binder, in case we have any questions, and then will also be posted online.
Any questions? Ditto, Ms. Ugasa. Item E, review instructional materials allotment committee.
And Mr. Klein will give us some quick information on this committee. Sir, if you will.
Well, basically, what we did was ask each of the principals to nominate someone for the committee, which is the tradition here in this district. And all the principals nominated their campus curriculum directors, which I think says quite a bit about the campus curriculum directors. And you saw a lot about the wonderful job that they're doing on the campuses. And so that'll be the committee, and I'll be glad to help them in any way that they need. And that's all.
Good choice.
That was mine.
Next item is Pecos County Appraisal District Board position upcoming vacancies.
Sir, I have been informed by Mr. Tommy Zell that he intends to just serve out the remainder of his term, which goes into December. And at that point, he is relinquishing the spot, and the district will have to look for somebody to replace him on the appraisal board. I also met with Mr. Darren Hodges, who, after speaking with him, says that if the district will have him, he would love to continue serving. Those are the two positions that will be open, and he was happy to do so. So just if we can contemplate, have it in your mind, who may be an adequate individual or someone who would enjoy serving on the appraisal district board, as the time approaches, we will revisit.
Good. I think it'd be good to have another board member on there. I'm serving on there as well, and I know a lot of you guys have other things to do, but with all the information that we get through the appraisal district, I think it's important that we have as many of our people on there, at least two, which we're entitled to have on there. And then we've got two other representatives, so think about it and see who we railroad into it. Okay. I got ahead of the schedule. Okay. Okay. Next item on the agenda is action items. We go to A, the extension of policy DEC local pending update. Doctor?
Thank you, sir. This is kind of in line with the discussion that we went over in information. Specifically, our policy is one that for individuals that are employees of the district, both at will and contract, who conserve some of their leave days as they approach the end of their careers, whether it be because they retire or look to maybe move to a different type of position. If they put in so much time in the district, provided they take the proper steps, then the district will compensate them at a specific rate up to 90 days. In this set of circumstances, and this is one of those that you hate to encounter, one of the employees did not have the opportunity to request either retirement or to resign from her position with the appropriate amount of time, and that was in large part due to the medical difficulties which resulted eventually in the loss of life. And I haven't spoke with nearly all of the board, and because the district on occasion is entitled to change and violate its own policies, we went ahead and executed what would be her final payment for the amount of days that were left over. And what we're doing here is looking at having the board formally approve an exception to policy in the DEC local, pending a full update, which we are in line to do with TASB. And right now there are a lot of districts, I got us in a few months ago, but when that time comes, we will have the opportunity to fully amend the policy so that if we do encounter another situation such as this, then we continue to treat our people right, whether in life or in death. Questions? Sir, if no questions, I recommend the board approve the exemption to policy.
We have a recommendation to approve the exemption to the policy. Any further discussions, comments? If not, do I hear a motion?
A motion to approve the exemption of policy DEC pending ISD policy update.
We have a motion by Nacho to approve the exemption of policy DEC local pending ISD policy update. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Ursula. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, motion carries 7-0. Thank you, Doctor. Next item on the agenda is to consider approving the investment policy.
Sir, and just kind of some background, some of these from agenda item B to G are very check the block type of things that occur on a year-to-year basis. Ms. Maria, our business manager, is here to answer any questions. Forgive me if I move quickly, but I think everybody has been down this path before. So our investment policy is something that we have to look at and review, on a yearly basis. So unless there are any questions, I recommend approving the investment policy presented.
We have a recommendation to approve the investment policy presented. Do I hear a motion?
Move to approve the investment policy as presented.
A motion by Henry to approve the investment policy presented. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Sandy. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, motion carries 7-0. Next item on the agenda is investment policy resolution.
So I recommend approving the investment policy resolution as presented.
We have a motion to recommend the approval of the investment policy resolution as presented. Do I hear a motion?
Move to approve the investment policy resolution as presented.
We have a motion by Andy to approve the investment policy resolution as presented. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Sandy. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is consider approving investment officer training sources of instruction.
Mr. President, I recommend approving the list of investment officer training sources of instruction as presented.
We have a recommendation to approve the list of investment officer training sources of instruction as presented. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve a list of investment officer training sources and instruction as presented.
We have a motion by Nacho to approve the list of investment officer training sources of instruction as presented. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Andy. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, motion carries. Next item is the long-term investment of inheritance fund. Report.
Mr. President, I recommend authorizing the investment officer to continue investing in inheritance funds and approved instruments with a maturity term of up to 3 years.
We have a recommendation to authorize the investment officers to continue investing in inheritance funds in approved instruments with a maturity term of up to 3 years. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the investment in inheritance funds and approved instruments with a maturity term up to 3 years.
We have a motion by Nacho authorizing the investment officers to continue investing in inheritance funds in approved instruments with a maturity term of up to 3 years. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Fred. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is consider the authorizing long-term investment of general operating funds. Go ahead.
I recommend authorizing the investment officers to continue investing in general operating funds and approved instruments with a maturity term of up to 2 years.
We have a recommendation to authorize the investment officers to continue investing in general operating funds in approved instruments with a maturity term of up to 2 years. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the investment of the general operating funds and approved instruments with maturity terms up to 2 years.
We have a motion by Andy authorizing the investment officers to continue investing in general operating funds in approved instruments with a maturity term of up to 2 years. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Ursula. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is consider, review, and adopt list of qualified brokers.
Mr. President, I recommend approving the list of qualified brokers as presented.
We have a motion to approve, or recommendation to approve the list of qualified brokers as presented. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the list of qualified brokers as presented.
I have a motion by Andy to approve the list of qualified brokers as presented. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Sandy. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion carries. 7-0. Next item on the agenda is modified schedule state assessment testing days waiver.
Mr. President, our Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum Instruction, working with our curriculum directors and different campus teams, wish for us to apply for a waiver that would allow, and not that they're going to do this, they want to keep the option open, keeping some of the kids home and coming in a bit later to reduce the number of students when we enter the testing portion of STAR. So if approved, we can submit for this waiver with the state, and if they approve it, we will still get attendance credit and those kids will not be counted absent, provided that they put in the minimum number of hours. Mr. Klein, I'm sure would be happy to answer any additional questions.
So this is just in case something happens or y'all want to do this?
Yes, sir. Right now, the situation is all the kids come to school on those days in the previous years. And then what happens is the kids that are testing go over here with certain teachers, and the other teachers are tied up basically watching kids that are not testing. So by doing this, we keep some of the kids that are not testing at home. It gives us more teachers to have smaller class sizes for the kids that are testing. This helps us out. It's just an option for us. Yes, sir. Quiet is a major thing when it comes to testing.
So it's an option that y'all want to take if allowed by the state, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And it would vary by campus as well, just as to how in depth they get.
Okay.
I understand. What this work?
If no further questions, I recommend the board approve the modified schedule state assessment testing days waiver for 2021 through 2024.
We have a motion or a recommendation that the board approve modified schedule state assessment testing for waiver from 2021 to 2024 as requested. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the TEA modified schedule state assessment testing date waiver from 2021 to 2024 request.
We have a motion by Nacho that the board approve modified schedule state assessment testing days waiver 2021-2024 is presented. Do I hear a second? Second by Flo. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the 2021 district improvement plan and campus improvement plans.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. These plans are utilized to give direction to the campuses and also to the district. And in addition to that, they serve to ensure that the funds that we spend, both at the state level and federally, are being utilized in the proper fashion. So each of the campuses has completed their portion working with the consultants that we utilize, and the district has as well. At this point, I can recommend that the board adopt the 2021-2022 district improvement plans and the campus improvement plans.
We have a recommendation that the board accept the 2021-22 district improvement plan and the campus improvement plan as presented. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the district and campus improvement plans for 2021 and 2020.
We have a motion by Andy to approve the 2021-22 district improvement plan and campus improvement plan as presented. Do I hear a second?
Okay, 2022.
2021, 2021,
Okay.
22. Sorry, go ahead. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ursula. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Okay, motion carries. No. Next item on the agenda is the memorandum of understanding between FSISD and Texas Tech University. Doctor.
So at this point, this serves only as an update. Each one of you has a draft that is almost the most current version. The delay has not been on Texas Tech and or on our end. This is really a state issue with the new Senate bill that has come in and the way that ADA is being credited for remote learning. We have a draft that is even more updated than this that has been pushed to them that I think will ensure that if we do enter into this partnership, the ADA funds would be credited to Fort Stockton. And we are working in conjunction with our attorneys. It has been very positive thus far. Hopefully, sooner rather than later, we will have this as an option that will benefit students within our boundaries and maybe even those outside of them. So any questions on this? If not, sir, no action is necessary. This is just an update.
Okay?
What are we looking at sooner than later? Sooner is like...
I hope to have another meeting to finalize this week with them, and once their attorneys bless off, ours are already pretty much golden with what has been proposed.
And we'll see these kids start coming in when next year?
Sir, the way that it currently operates with Texas Tech is that they begin at the start of each month. So it is something that we could benefit from also pretty early on. Because of that, some of the teachers that we work to select with them would have to go into the summer possibly, depending on when it is that they start. But it is a very flexible program and one that is approved by the state. That's the reason that I think it's going to be extremely beneficial to us.
And this is to teachers that choose to do this?
Now, they would have to be vetted because Texas Tech will take them on as a dual employee as some of our teachers currently are with colleges. So that we would be their primary employer and then they would have an FTE portion as well and get compensated for it.
Any other questions? Next item is the district-wide Boys of Internet roll call. Doctor?
Sir, I was hoping to have a proposal to look at district-wide implementation. It did take substantially longer than we had been led to believe, and that is for several reasons, including that our technology director is undergoing some things that we hope will help her get better quickly. But at the intermediate and at some of the offices such as technology, special ed, and transportation, we are now fielding the voice over internet protocol telephones and are in the process of receiving the training for our staff to be able to utilize these same lines from their smartphones if they choose to do so. So we believe that once they prove themselves to do what they said they would, that we will be ready at that point to look at recommending that we move further on with implementing these phones in other classrooms throughout the district.
So we take no action?
No action at this point, just another update. They are fully functioning at the intermediate with more training to come.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is to delegate the authority to negotiate terms for purchase of Spanish Trail Lodge for the superintendent. Dr. Simona?
Sir, and this and the next item are both scheduled for a closed session in the event that the board would like to do so. And because of the conversations regarding possibly the price of certain things or maybe even questions that would be asked to me for the goals, this may be an appropriate time to maybe look at entering executive session.
I think so. So at this time, it's 8:03. We will go into executive session.
You have a handout in front of you that you like to.
that would provide some good, you know, some good
We're back in session at 8:44. At this time, we will take under the item here to delegate the authority to negotiate terms for purchase of Spanish Trail Lodge to the superintendent. Do I have a motion on this?
I move to delegate the authority to negotiate terms of the purchase of Spanish Trail Lodge to our superintendent.
We have a motion by Nacho to delegate the authority to negotiate terms for purchase of Spanish Trail Lodge to our superintendent. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Andy. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, the motion carries. Then moving on to item M on our agenda, the superintendent evaluation appraisal instrument and goals. We have a recommendation, Doctor?
Yes, sir. So again, this is just the actual instrument with the goals to possibly be revisited later. I recommend the board approve the superintendent's evaluation appraisal instrument.
We have a recommendation to approve the board superintendent evaluation appraisal instrument and revisit the goals. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the superintendent evaluation appraisal instrument.
We have a motion by Nacho to approve the superintendent evaluation appraisal instrument as presented. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Andy. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, motion carries. Okay. Next item, personnel, we really don't have any discussion on that.
Negative, sir.
Okay. Next item is future meetings, discuss possible agenda items, set regular meeting for special board meeting. Doctor?
Anything that we would like to put on here while we're here? If not, you know you can always reach out to me.
When are we looking for our next meeting, Doctor?
Sir, I would like to reach out to the board as soon as we have something finalized with Texas Tech. I'm hoping maybe sometime this week. Of course, that would be once we have it vetted, and I'll reach out to everybody to see if we look at doing something. If not, then we'll continue on with our regular scheduled meeting.
Let me ask you something, Doctor. What about the needs assessment that's being done by Park Hill? Are we going to look at something here?
Good question. The 25th of October, I have the first draft that is being presented to me from Park Hill. And from that, they will work towards developing the final. So hopefully, shortly after, sometime the 25th, I'll have some info for each of you regarding that.
Okay, so then the board meeting, we're looking at possibly on the 15th, I guess, due to the Thanksgiving holiday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other things that we need to discuss? Any questions from clarification or agenda items to the news media? No? If not, the meeting stands adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Pretty good.
47.
8:46.
8:46.